it is me, Ashley with Keller Williams. Welcome to my channel. Let's see. Okay, I want to remind you that I do have a promotion going on right now. If you use me as your buying agent, I am doing up to $1,000 towards your closing costs. So go ahead and give me a call. I have several people that have taken advantage of this opportunity. My phone number is 720-276-5769. You can also get a hold of me by going to my website, ashleybolden.com, and take a look at properties. The program is really simple. Basically, you just, if you don't have a buying agent, you can use me as your buying agent. We find you a property, we win you the property, and we get you closed up by the end of the year, and you get up to $1,000 towards your closing costs. It's pretty simple. I'm really excited about it. I think it's one of the best deals of the year. So go ahead and give me a call. So now onto the video. So I wanted to review this book. Okay, it's another Grant Cardone book. You know, I mean, you know, if I'm gonna review something, I'm gonna review something by him. So I really like this book, and you know, basically I've seen a lot on social media. People are talking about this book a lot, and it's great. I mean, so I couldn't resist the call, but to do my own review, because here's the thing: there's so much content in this book to be shared. So I thought I would kind of share a couple of pieces that I really like, and you know, that really spoke to me in the book. I think in the preface, you know, he talks a lot about, you know, briefly why he wrote the book. So I'll just start off and say this book is like 40 pages, 42 pages, something like that in total. Of course, I have the audio. I love the audio. I think it's about maybe an hour. I mean, it's like a TV show. Okay, so very quick, pretty straightforward. And he talks about the reason that he wrote this book is because he was at a charity event, and everybody was trying to raise money, and all the people that were there wanted to give more, but they had already given what they could give, and they were all out of money basically. And to reach their fundraising goals, they needed like another $1 million. And one person was able to donate that $1 million, and they were able to achieve their goals. And I mean, I think it's awesome. Like, I think about that, and I think about, gosh, like, look at all these projects that happen in communities and, you know, all over the country. And I think about, you know, how does that happen? It happens because somebody had accumulated money or made money doing something, and then they were able to, they had the choice, okay? They were able to and had the choice to say, wow, this is really a cause that I think needs some attention, you know, maybe funding or whatever to move forward. And then they had the choice to say, okay, I'm gonna write a check for whatever amount of money and donate that money. And I don't know, I think that's pretty incredible. I mean, to be in that position, I think, you know, if you'd asked me that question 3 years ago, it's something that I would have never considered a possibility. But now it's like, man, yeah, that's a good idea. Like if I could, I think about all these great people I know, you know, great people that I've worked with in the past, and I believe that if any one of them could give $1 million to their favorite cause, I'm sure they would do it in a heartbeat. But the problem is that most of the people I know, they're all good people with good intentions. They don't have the ability to even consider that possibility because, you know, they just make so little money. I mean, I don't know, I kind of hate to say that, but that's it. They don't really make enough money to even make that choice. And it's really unfortunate, actually. It's really unfortunate. So, basically in this book, it's called The Millionaire Booklet, How to Get Super Rich. He outlines the steps to how to get to becoming a millionaire. And, you know, the first step with anything is you have to make the decision. Okay? You have to make the decision. It's like, it goes along with anything. If you're thinking about becoming a real estate agent now, the first step is you have to make the decision to become a real estate agent. You know, it's a commitment. You have to make the decision to become a millionaire, or you have to make the decision that, oh man, I'm going to donate to my community, you know, more, or I'm going to make the decision to become whatever it is, a homeowner. I'm going to make the decision to sell my house. So, you know, you have to make that commitment and make that decision. And then the next thing that you really need to do is you need to follow that up that commitment and that decision with time and resources. So it could be money, it could be, reading books, whatever it is, whatever it takes to actually fulfill that commitment and that decision. Then he talks a lot about like, watch where you get your advice from and all that stuff, because I think sort of, and I agree a lot with what he says in this. It's a very short chapter. It's like 4 pages. He talks a lot about how, we're basically kind of like brainwashed into thinking having a lot of money is bad and all this stuff. And I mean, if you could just take a second and just sort of look around at all the advancements that have happened. First of all, there had to be an idea, and then there had to be some money to back up that idea. Otherwise, it wasn't fucking happening. Okay? It could be anything. Like, you want to build a new car, you want to build a rocket ship, you want to build an awesome coffee machine so you can get your espresso every morning. I mean, there you go. So, he goes through all the steps, millionaire math, like what does it take, making sure that you increase your income streams. What else? I think the chapter that I like the most, it's sort of here towards the end, where he's talking about repeat, reinforce, and hyper-focus. And I think that this, I'm going to read you this. This is something that I think, I think that I have like really kind of like hung on to, because this is the most important piece of this, right? Remember, you are not trying to just pay the bills anymore. You are planning to become a millionaire or even super rich if you want, right? Because here's the thing. Like, most people, if you have a job, if you're college educated and you're doing your college educated job, I mean, you're making enough money to pay the bills, right? But here's the point. You're trying to make more than enough. You're trying to make more than enough. You're trying to make like, the kind of money where you can say, oh, wow, man, this group really needs my help. Oh, I'll just write them a check. I mean, gosh, I think about like, sort of like the power and freedom in that. I mean, to choose to be like, oh, wow, I see this real big problem, or there's a huge homeless problem in my community, and oh, wow, there's this group that's working towards it, and they need some money or whatever, and I can contribute to that. Like, man, what an amazing thing to be able to do. So, remember that you're not just trying to pay the bills anymore. Man, you're not trying to pay the bills anymore. That's not what it's about. You're looking beyond that, which I think is awesome, And then I'll leave you with this. He says, when you implement these 8 steps, I can promise you a few things. It'll be harder than you think. It'll be easier than you think. And you will achieve way more than you ever imagined possible. I don't know. I think it's nice. It's really optimistic. I think it's a great book. I mean, gosh, I can't even think of how many times I've like listened to this book, read this book, and thought about it. But it's like, okay, well, I have to remind myself, okay, I got to go back to the steps. What step am I on? What step am I on? Because, here's the thing. When you're in the process and you're like in the game and you're trying to work it out and figure out how to do things, you sort of forget like, oh, okay, where's the step? What step am I on? So, yeah. I think it's a great book. Right now, I think he's giving them away. So if you want a copy, contact him. I have a couple of copies here. If you live in Everett, contact me. I'll give you a copy. What else? Okay, I have a promo. Don't forget that. Like I said, I'm doing up to $1,000 towards closing costs. If you choose me as your buying agent, yeah, very, very simple. Choose me as your buying agent. We find you a house. We get you closed out before the end of the year, and you get up to $1,000 on your closing costs. It's a great way to get started. I'm really excited to do it. It's the best deal of the year. So contact me right away. Other than that, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, check out my website, ashleybolden.com, and follow me on Facebook. And I will see you again soon, YouTube.